Hello, my desktop publishing students. This is a continuation now of the MayChart. And remember, we have the Cowabunga sales. We have the column chart, which you already made. Then we had made the pie chart. Now we're going to do it a different way, but I want to show you something else. So I still want to use the same data. Click in cell B6, hold down your shift key, and click in cell C11. All right, so this time, once again, go to Insert. And we want to go here to where it says, no, I don't want a stats chart. I want a bar chart. So I want to be right here, insert column or bar chart. Okay, so click on the drop down, and we're going to choose a 3D clustered bar this time. Okay, so this is your bars. Bars go horizontally, columns go vertical. Okay, but we're going to choose a 3D clustered bar. Okay, so choose a 3D clustered bar chart. And now we can put it here wherever we want to put it. Okay, we would pay attention when we went to set up to print how we would do that. But then you said, well, gee, what if I want to put that in another sheet on its own? So now you have this button up here that says Move Chart. So when you're on Design, Chart Tools Design, you see Move Chart. So click on Move Chart. And now it says, do you want to leave it as an object into this sheet called Cowabunga Sales? No, I don't. I want to move it to a new sheet. Okay, it's going to be called Chart 2, and that's fine. And say OK. And now I have moved it to be Chart 2. All right, I want to double click on this because I'm still going to use this yet. Bar chart. So that you get to see make sure you know the difference in the names. All right, so you see all the amounts, you see your 3D bars, that's fine. All right, now let's do this. Let's type in here comparison of weekly sales. All right, for a different name, and I'm not going to do the size and color this time. I've done it on all the other ones, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to move on. Now, I want to show you grid lines this time, okay? So I'm going to go to your Design tab, and we're going to go to, hold on here, Design, and we're going to go to Add Chart Element, and now I want to go to grid lines, okay? And do you see the green square around here saying the primary, major, vertical are selected? So I want to show you that. I'm going to take it off. So now you have no grid lines. They're taken off. All right, now we're going to go back and we're going to go to grid lines and we're going to say primary, major, vertical, and there's your verticals. All right, now if we go and we say grid lines and we say primary, minor, vertical, now you get a set of smaller lines and lighter gray. Okay, and lighter gray. We can change the colors of those, but just give me a second here. So you understand the grid lines so that you can read the amounts. And these ones, now, I can't tell what they're going up by, but it looks like to me there's about 6 in here, so likely by about 10,000. All right. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to go back here and I want to show you, which you wouldn't use, but just point it out, primary, major, horizontal. That would put the horizontal lines going and give you boxes. So again, for readability, it can be used. And if we went even further and we said grid lines and we said primary, minor, horizontal, then you see the minors in here. So it's even divided more. So you definitely don't need those ones. So let's go to grid lines. We don't need the primary, minor, horizontal, and now you're down to having the primary horizontals, and I don't think we need those, so we can take those off for the time being. And grid lines, primary, major, horizontal, we don't want that. Now if we click on the grid lines, click on one of these grid lines, okay, and it should say Format Major Grid Lines. And even if you can't see where you clicked on it, that's fine. As long as over here you can see Format Major Grid Lines, that's good. Now, solid line, and let's say we went and changed the color from gray to, I'll just choose this blue. Pretty strong, but if you like it, hey, that's all right. And now if I pointed to the grid lines, the minor ones, make sure that it says Format Minor Grid Lines, okay? And let's say that you put a color on here, and let's say I chose something like this. Well, I can't tell you that that looks really great. So I'm going to go back, but at least you saw that you can change it. So that's the main thing. You know you can change it. All right. And now I want to go back to the major ones and format the major ones. And I'm going to put it back to the gray, or about what it was, so that you can definitely see those. So those are what your grid lines are. And now you can make them dashed. You can, and you've played with all this, you can even make the thickness if you want. But anyways, I don't want to go into that because you can do that. All right, now, okay, one more thing I want to add here is I want to go to the data table, okay? And I've already exposed you to that, and it says none, and I've already told you that you want the legend keys, all right? So let's go over that, and here it tells us Alberta 500,000, Belize, and so on. So we don't need a legend because we've got all the information here that we want. But series has to change. So right-click, go to Select Data, and remember I told you to make it blue, and click on Edit, and now we're going to type in $space sales, so meaning that, you know, the dollars in sales, and say OK. And say OK one more time, and now you see the legend key and sales, and that's exactly what we want there. Okay, let's go back to Cowabunga and click on the spreadsheet anywhere, go Control S to save. All right, I want you to take a look at Manitoba now. It's at 350,000, okay? So now our Manitoba slice is the gray one. So where are we here? Or the dark blue one. And here we are, 350,000. That's Manitoba. Now look at your bar chart, and you look at Manitoba, and you see 350,000, okay? Then go to your column chart, and Manitoba, you see 350,000. All right, I want to watch and show you what happens here. We're going back to Cowabunga sales, and I'm going to change this now to 900, okay? 900,000. All right, I pressed enter. Now do you see Manitoba slice got larger, okay? It got larger. Now let's go to the bar chart. And Manitoba, look at here, jumped up to 900,000. You saw it change. It automatically changed. Column 1 chart and Manitoba, you see 900,000. So when you made the change, they all changed. And that was important that they do that. Now watch this time, okay? I'm going to click in cell B12. Okay, I want to click in cell B12. And what I want to do is I want to type in Ontario. Okay, we're going to type in Ontario. All right, and then we'll make another value for Ontario, and we're going to key in 1,000,000. Okay, so I'm going to go 1 and then 3 zeros and 3 more zeros and press enter. So now, did you see Ontario? Did this chart change, the pie chart? No. If you click the bar chart, is there any Ontario? No. Did you click the column chart? Is there any Ontario? No. So go back to your Cowabungas, and we have to look at why there isn't. All right? So click on your pie chart, and what do you see? Do you see the purple here? You see the blue here. But is Ontario in the range of the chart? No, it's not. So watch. I'm going to grab my double-headed arrow here, okay, and I'm going to drag down. Now, have I got Ontario in the purple, and have I got the 1,000,000 in the purple? Yes, I have. And do I have an Ontario sheet now, or a piece of pie? Yes, I do. There's 1,000,000, and that's Ontario. So that's all I had to do to include it. So please make sure you pay attention to that. All you had to do is drag it down. Now, does it match here? No, it doesn't. We'll deal with that later. I mean, you could just pick up your paintbrush, but watch here. When I pick up my paintbrush and I paint here, guess what? And this is what I told you, why you don't do borders and shading. If I go here and pick up my paintbrush, and now I have not got the double rules that were there before. So I would have to select this, right-click, go back to Format Cells, and I would have to go to border and choose the double rules and put it on the bottom. So, do you want to do that? No. So that's why you usually don't put borders on your text, all right? Okay, so now let's go. We adjusted this and we saw Ontario come in. Now let's go to the column chart. Did Ontario come in? No, it didn't. Now we're going to do it a different way, okay? You're going to right click and pay really close attention here. You're going to do a lot of this. Select the data. All right, so right now, take a look. What does it say? Cowabunga sales B6 to C11. But is that correct? No. So now you got two ways to solve this. I'm going to do it one way, and then on the next chart I'll do it the other way. You can say I need it to read C12, and this is C11. So all I have to do here is backspace, take out the 1, and put in a 2. Now it reads B6 to C12. Is that correct? Yes. So say OK. And now you should see that Ontario has come in here with $1 million. Okay, there's your Ontario. All right, so now let's go to your bar chart. And you say to me, okay, Ontario's not here. So you said, okay, I've got it figured out, Lee. Right click, select data. Now, this time, you can do one of two things. You could change it like I did before. Or we can click on this little red collapse arrow, okay, and you can go and select it yourself, okay. So there, now you put the selection lines around all of it, and what's it say? B6 to C12. And you said, yes, that's correct, and say okay. So there you go. Now you've got Ontario, and that's how easy it was to add another bar. All right, so when we came back here, remember when we changed this, it was within the data range, okay? But when we added Ontario, it was not within our data range. But now it is within our data range, and that's why you see Ontario. This time, watch. I'm going to go here to Manitoba, okay? And I'm going to tell you to select the row 10, all right? So your black arrow here, black arrow, and I'm going to say insert a row. Right click, insert. All right, now type in Great Britain. Oh, A-I-N. Great Britain. And put in here 250,000. Now, check. Have you got Great Britain? Yes, you have. Check your bar chart. Have you got Great Britain? Yes, you have. Check your column chart. Have you got Great Britain? Yes, you have. So what this time, I put it within the range. And when I put it within the range, then everything always updates. But if you put it outside the range, then it won't update. Okay, we need to stop here, but I need to continue. I'm not finished. So save your work. We'll stop here, and then I'll do the next video to follow in.